Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Cindy here from CLB Craft Creations, and this is our 3D project for the week. It actually coordinates with the note card set that I made earlier this week. It holds those cards and their envelopes. It's a little bag box kind of thing. I originally, my idea was that I was going to kind of make it as like a little, kind of like a sleeve, which you certainly could if you want to give it that way. But I ended up actually adding ribbon and a little tag and making it actually into a little gift bag. So it's actually pretty quick and easy. Just a few measurements that I need to give you, and we can do some scoring and get it all together. The box obviously fits regular A2 size cards and their envelopes. We're using the same stamp sets that we used earlier this week, which is the 10 of Cards stamp set, as well as the I Think You're Great stamp set, because we're obviously coordinating with the note cards inside. This one is the Cucumber Crush. I'm going to do Watermelon Wonder this time, and my card stock is cut at 7.5 by 11, and we're going to go ahead and do our scoring. I'm going to actually use my measurements over here, and the first measurement is going to be 7/8 inch. Okay, so it is this one little mark. Well, there's two little marks before you get to the one. So there's the 8th mark and then the 16th mark. We want that 7/8. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to score, and then we're going to turn it so on the opposite side, and we're going to score that there as well. And then take it in landscape mode, and we're going to score at 5 and at 6. And that's actually all the scoring we need to do. Now, I would recommend that you stamp and decorate the outside before you put it together, just because it's easier to attach everything. But we can go ahead and at least score and cut where we need to. Okay, just score or fold all of your score marks. And then we're going to actually remove these two tabs here. So typically we would keep those in, but they kind of get in the way when the envelopes go in. So honestly, I think it's just better to cut them off. Okay, so that's one tab. Okay, so those are both gone now. And then I can bring in my piece of Whisper White. Maybe. Okay, sorry about that. So our piece of Whisper White, which is cut at 5.5 by 4 3/4, it's actually going to just leave a nice little standard 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And we're going to go ahead and stamp with our Watermelon Wonder ink. So we're going to just put this straight in the center. Now, there is definitely a lot of white space with this, but I think because the cards are so clean and simple, I think the box needed to be clean and simple as well. So that's kind of why I went that route. Now, we also need a piece of, another piece of Whisper White to actually stamp our happy birthday. So we'll stamp happy birthday. And then we're going to actually punch that out with the 1 3/4 inch circle, and it fits in there just perfectly. And if you want to layer this, you certainly could layer it as well. Again, there's always room to change things up however you choose. Okay, so that's that. We'll let those dry for a second. Now we'll bring back in our box, and this, I'm actually just going to make the box with regular snail to save time. But you definitely want to use, at least for attaching the box to, or making the box itself, you definitely want a stronger adhesive like the tear and tape or the fast fuse. So that's done. Now what I want to do is I actually want to go ahead and put in my holes for the ribbon. Now if you're not using the ribbon, you're actually going to use it as a card sleeve like I had originally planned, then obviously you won't need to do this. But it is definitely easier to punch this before you get it attached, because that way you can line up the edges. I'm using my crocodile because obviously I'm going through quite a bit of layers, and that just helps go through all those layers without any issue. Okay, also while I have my crocodile out, I'll go ahead and with the smaller side, I'm going to just punch a little hole in the top. Now this you could use your other hole punches for. Okay, so that is done. Clear all this. Now we'll go ahead and start putting the box together. So after you've put your front piece on, think about how you're going to put the box together. You obviously want your seams in the back, so when you put your adhesive, you want to put it, so here's the front of your box, you want to put it on the inside of the front, okay? You want to do that on both sides. And then you just bring this up and you match your tops and your sides. Give it a little press in there. Okay, push this one down. Give that a little press. It's done. I mean, that was super quick, right? So now we just need to finish it off with our ribbon. Just got some Whisper White ribbon here, which is cut, I've got 2 pieces that are cut at 11 inches. And because I didn't want too much bulk with this, what I'm doing is I'm just going to string each end into the holes. And when you're doing your ribbons, make sure that they're both the same length so that when you tie them off, they're going to end up, your actual ribbons themselves will be the same when your bag handles will be the same. So I'm just going to connect them in the back, and I'm just going to tie them into a simple knot, trying to stay as close to the end as possible. And that just slipped right out of there. Okay, and then just pull that tight, and then you'll clean up your edges. Okay, get the other one. It's a piece of baker's twine. Again, same thing, we're just going to pull that through. Just a simple knot. You wouldn't think it'd be that difficult. My fingers are just not cooperating this morning. Okay. Now, again, you would trim up those. I'm just for time, I'm not going to. Okay, so there is the basic construction. We have our tag to put on the outside. And you can also, if you wanted to just put thank you on here as well, if this is a thank you gift, obviously you change that up and you make that a thank you. But if you're giving them as a birthday gift, obviously we put the birthday. I think that tin of cards set is so versatile. And I know I'm like a broken record because I've said that over and over again, but I really do find myself reaching for that one most of the time now when I need sentiments. So we're just making a knot, and then trim your tails so that they're not all crazy and uneven. Okay, And there is your box. And it holds the cards and envelopes. You just slide those right in there. Nice and deep in there. Excuse me, nice and deep in there. And your tag. So there's that one. And then here is my cucumber crush. Super quick and easy. Like I said, not a whole lot of details as far as scoring and cutting. It's pretty straightforward, and I hope that you'll give these a try. If you like today's card, it's not a card project. If you like today's 3D project, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. And I will see you guys next week.